Alright, welcome back everybody to Roadwarden. I'm recording a session a day because reading for a whole hour will be a bit much, so let's go ahead and see, can we just travel? Yes we can. Now I believe safe things were towards the north. 7 hours before dusk. Okay, we should be okay. I'm pretty sure there's a town north. There it is. You slow down. Among the shrubs, a small pack of dragonlings is feasting on the carcass of a grey auroch. One of them, with red feathers on its arms, straightens up and gives you a curious glance. Its head tilts left and right, forward and back. It screeches at you, but doesn't move forward, and returns to its meal. You wonder what would happen if you were on foot. Would they let you be, satisfied with their prey, or would they run after you? But if so, for what reason? For now, you have enough space to move forward, yet stay safe. The powerful jaws break the monster's bones loudly, then bite off and swallow chunks of meat. I ride forward, but I keep my distance and look over my shoulder. That. And it's also still cold. The beaten road serves your palfrey well. The forest to your left becomes sparse and brighter, and there are dozens of human-made paths among the fruit-bearing trees. On your right, there's a large pasture, with at least a dozen massive mouth? I don't even know what that means. Okay, let's see. Two of them, already seared. Okay, mouthlons must be some kind of creature. Two of them, already seared, look comically small. Soon after that, you ride alongside vast, flourishing fields filled with rye, still green, preparing itself patiently for the second harvest. The path ends with a massive wooden gate. The stone wall, separating you from the glow of lights behind it, isn't as tall as the roofs, but you can't imagine climbing to its top. There are pretty much no cracks, no missing bricks, a sign of many hours of labor, especially considering how massive the settlement is, as wide, as wide as a city district. The birds and monkeys are now just a distant echo, replaced with the sounds of carts running, I guess people running, hammers, saws, laughter, and shouts. Finally, maybe I can rest here. Okay, it should be pretty safe. Finally, maybe I can rest here. A young man is leaning against the closed gate, covered by its shadow. He's young, tanned, and has a short, elegantly trimmed red beard. Beneath the green gambeson, he wears an expensive tunic decorated with colorful trim. From his arm hangs a steel helmet, though the metal is so thin that it's almost made of wool and leather. Oh, that's mostly made of wool and leather. He moves into the light and takes on the posture of a disciplined soldier, not a mercenary. He's standing upright, with his chin up. There are two weapons on the ground. Wait, why? Leaning on the wooden beams of the gate. An axe made of steel and a wooden club. He doesn't reach for either. You dismount smoothly, still having some vigor left. Sodal holds its tall tail high. A narrow path leads north, toward two field workers, one with a hoe and one with a pitchfork. They wave to you. You can't see their faces, but their clothes are simple. Gray pants and vests, made from hemp and wool. Huh, I wave back, I guess. They seem friendly enough. They talk for a bit, leaning toward you and pointing at your mount, then walk away, disappearing behind the wall's corner. So must be somewhere over here then. Excuse me. The guard smiles, yet avoids your eyes, and has to clear his throat before he speaks. Welcome, traveler. If you're here to make trouble, Howler's Den welcomes you. We have the whitest flower there is. When he bows, you blah. When he bows, you realize it's a well-practiced performance. If it's new garments you're looking for, you can order everything you need right here, in all colors, shapes, and sizes. Capes, boots, vests, robes, or if you're yourself a master of the needle, I can assure you we have the fabric you're looking for. His act is over, and he glances at your mount in a moment of silence. His eyes get wider as he observes it with a childlike fascination. Huh, this is Sodal. It helps me patrol the roads. You can pet its side if you want, but no sudden movements. He follows your instructions. Even though your palfrey pays no attention to the man's careful touch, the guard grins widely. I'm Grim, your new Roadwarden. I want to see your mare. A city folk, eh? The mayor is busy, but I'll ask her. Give us a moment to let you in. He knocks at the gate, which is then pulled inwards by two other guards, a man and a woman, wearing their own gambits on. Similarly green, but tailor-made to match their figures. The nearby buildings are simple houses, made of wooden beams and covered with thatch, while the storehouse is even more modest, with a roof made of planks. The watchtower has a ladder made of ropes and sticks, no stairs. There it is. Wow, this is kind of a simple place, isn't it? Just give me a moment. The guard strides away before he finishes the last word. The others close the gate behind you and observe your mount carefully. Your eyes run east to a humming creek running through the center of the village. I wait for the return of the messenger. Calming sound, eh? That's Howler's Creek. The guard, like most of the locals, is taller than you. Dang it. Wide but shallow. There's never been a flood in years. Pa told me there used to be nae bridge. Or be nae bridge. Neighbors crossed it with their boots in their hands. You could say, okay, whatever. And 'tis clean like a raindrop, but there are nae many fish. We're the cleanest village in the north. Her companion chuckles brightly. When the guard returns, he's still alone. She can nae come now. A friend of mine is in labor, eh? The mayor wants to be there when the child arrives, but I was asked to show you the village. I nod. Fine. He approaches the watchtower. Tie your mount here. We'll keep the kids away. Most of the neighbors are getting ready to celebrate. Once you're done, he grabs the rope ladder. The view from up there is gorgeous. Yeah, they very much are. You could either trust people or don't trust people, and be friendly or not friendly. I climb after him. It's probably not a trap. If I die, the series is over. This is a whole lot of reading. Even though the ladder swings in all directions, the guard gets to the top quickly, like a monkey climbing up creepers. You, on the other hand, need to stop and wait for the ladder to calm itself. When you join the man on the wooden platform, you're a bit dizzy. He's leaning on the wooden parapet, observing the area with a smile. So from what it sounds like, they didn't secure the bottom part of this rope ladder. I'm pretty sure it was rope ladder. It'd be embarrassing if I forgot. I look around. Alright, get the whole map. This is a nice village. See? There's nae a place like Owler's Den. The guard points in every direction, giving you no time to contemplate. For the next few minutes, he describes the fields and their crops, the flocks in the pastures, and the shepherds inspecting the fences. The ancient garden of trees and bushes, larger than the village itself. The sunlight dancing on the stream to its own tune. If you are to believe everything he describes, this place has access to everything in abundance. The sweetest honey, the most fragrant bread, the softest wool, and the beer. It's excellent. He sounds like a city merchant who's trying to sell an old house. Huh, what an annoying kid. Near Hoblin, you gotta find 5 larger and richer settlements in less than 2 days. No wonder he's so proud. Why wouldn't he be? They've tamed this scrap of land and live in comfort. Thinking this, they usually put the negative thing on the bottom and the positive thing on top. They're trying to catch you in a trap. Okay, he's so proud of this. The islet in the middle connects both parts of the village. According to the man, the northern gate is hardly ever opened, as it leads nowhere else. Nowhere now, blah. Near the eastern gate, there's an Ape Ale Inn. The Ape Ale Inn, where you can find a bed and victuals, and there's the stall where Akakios rewards our work, unless we annoy him with pointless talk. He lets out a chuckle. Blah. On the opposite side of the creek, there's another white house. It belongs to Bion, the best clothier in the north. The priests live in the southeast. Yep, near the wall, but they do not talk to strangers. You also hear about the hunter, the copper, the fisher, the miller, the pie maker, the candlestick maker, lives with his sister, the baker, okay, the smith. This game really likes to list off things, which I guess is not so bad, but it it feels very repetitive. The smith and her husband, the carpenter, live with their kids. Some of the larger buildings could accommodate two, maybe even three generations at once. There could be more than 100 dwellers here. You consider stopping his speech, but he suddenly points at the islet again. There, see? The mayor is coming, the one wearing purple. You're free to join her, traveler. I nod and climb down. You try to get down quickly, but 2 steps are enough to make you sure that it's a bad idea. You wait for the ladder to find its balance. You're relieved when you touch the ground again. You untie your palfrey and follow the guard. You pass a small pasturage, surrounded by a wooden fence, a few loose chickens, and a tethered boar. The fancier buildings are covered with whitewash coating, and surrounded with vegetables, herbs, and flowers. Huh, so they even have their own sub-gardens. The bridges are wide enough to carry even a wagon, but for Sodal, walking on the wooden beams is far from pleasant. The islet is empty, but you notice an empty stall, painted with the shapes of colorful flowers. Okay, so I came in through here, and I guess I'm going through the second bridge. Second bridge? I might already be here. Okay, walk over the second bridge. Along the entire path, you notice more and more people, observing you, smiling or casually greeting you as you're focused on their own tasks. They're focused on their own tasks. Finally, you reach the main square. Maybe? Maybe I'm here, I don't know. Let's see. Main square. A large tree grows in the center, surrounded by... Okay, a large tree in the center of the square. It must be this one? Could be this over here. No, I definitely crossed a bridge, I think. Huh, I might be kind of lost. Let's see, a large tree grows in the center, surrounded by dark water. Huh, held together by a thin wall. Perfect for sitting. But the smell coming from the liquid makes you think of rotten eggs. The plant reminds you of the tree you saw in the south, next to the swamp altar. Okay, so it's definitely this one. So that thing must be a small something or other. In the north, you see the Ape Ale Inn. Judging by the tables, stools, and benches outside of it, it's open for guests. The villagers are chatting and dining loudly, and you catch their curious glances. On the side of the dining area, the merchant is arguing with a tall, broad-shouldered worker. An old man is sitting by himself, eating a pie, with a walking stick leaning against the table. A young woman is cleaning the empty mugs in the creek. Ew. Speaking with a man at least twice her age, maybe her father. I need a spot to tether Sodal. Huh. Even closer. This is a very pretty game. There's a wide wooden roof right next to the gate that shelters carts, crates, and sacks. You move your mount next to a donkey, to a beam placed... you move your mount next to a donkey, to a beam placed here just for this purpose. So can I see where that is? Maybe down here. Let's see, without a moment of hesitation, Sodal starts to chew on the nearby haystack. You have some time to make sure it doesn't struggle with your bundles. You return to the inn. I look for the mare and approach her. She's sitting on a chair with a 4-year-old boy on her knees. She's holding his hand gently, showing him how to eat gruel from a bowl. It's not a cheap meal, though. You spot nuts, berries, and milk, and the added honey makes it yellowish. The kid is clean and quiet, and once he notices your arrival, he cramps his mouth with a spoonful of oats. Now, now, love, the mayor titters. Dinna get distracted. She rubs the mule off his face. A few more spoons and you'll go help Papa with the kitchen, eh? She gives you a radiant, though apologetic smile, then turns her attention back to her companion. I observe her more closely. Her long, full-sleeved linen dress must have been dyed once in blue and once in red to achieve its dark, fancy purple, which would draw looks even in Hovleven. From her left shoulder hangs a green woolen cape, as thin as a shawl. The brown bed on her waist has a large steel buckle that portrays a running deer with unrealistically large antlers growing in all directions with like tree branches. Unlike her tribe folks, she's pale, with powdered and rouged cheeks, and her lips match her outfit, though they're a bit closer to wine red. The thick gray strands in her long blonde hair look more like a fashion choice than a result of aging. Her eyes are the color of her cape, keen and vigorous. She's shorter than most people around, though would still be the tallest woman in most of the northern settlements. While she's around 40, her slim hands add fragility to her appearance, even though her posture is upright. Her legs confidently crossed, and her delicate voice assertive, she makes plenty of gestures, but her shoulders hardly ever move. Huh. Which one would be the better one? Waiting could be polite, but I need no invitation to sit down. Or maybe I should wait for an invitation. There's a child nearby. After a few more minutes, the boy lets out a gentle cough, and after a pat on the back, the mayor puts him on the ground. You did a great job, love, but now I need to speak with our guest. Darling. Okay, yeah, it cuts out. Darling, she addresses one of the inn workers, a girl close to 15. Take him to father, will you? Her tone suddenly gets firmer, leaving no hint of a question or suggestion. Yes, ma'am, she responds. Both her hair and her eyes are nothing like those of her brother, and neither of the kids resemble their mother. So, we have our road warden again. Please sit down. She vaguely shows you the palm of her open hand, letting you pick any place you want. Huh. Maybe as a guest. Okay, I'll sit beside her. The flowing water hits silently the rocks and wooden stakes surrounding the aisle, then splits into two stream beds. In Hovleven, the river is surrounded by tall walls, protecting the banks from deterioration, and the water is seldom free of dirt. Here, the smell is as fresh as it would be in the woods. The mayor observes your outfit carefully, maintaining a polite, though cool, smile. Once your eyes meet, she hardly ever looks away. I'm sure you're hungry. Yeah, I'm not completely full of fish. I'm sure you're hungry. Blah. My husband will bring us something soon. I appreciate it. Do not mention it. Hunger makes me peevish, and the day is too nice for that. She taps her chest and looks at a flock of birds that fly above you loudly, heading south. As we're waiting, be so good as to help me understand something. Eva, if you're but a mercenary, I can imagine a single reason for you to choose this realm for your wardening. Ne so long after Asterian's disappearance. There's no glory or treasure to find here. Her pale fingers form a tent on her stomach, then clasp, leaving the forefingers pointed at you. You were sent here by the merchants. They want the peninsula. Huh. Is that such a bad thing? I think I'll be friendly. I present Hovlevin's interest as an opportunity. You introduce yourself and touch on the more obvious sides of the potential deal with the guild and its city chief. Their troops, their pay, and the patrols they would establish. The overview of taxes. Trade routes would bring new life to this place. You try to sound warm. It's a win-win. Throughout your speech, the mayor observes you patiently, without interruptions. I see. She finally responds. As she observes your palfrey, she twists her deer buckle left and right, left and right. If it was that simple, I'd be eager to applaud, but it never is that simple, is it? Her eyes fill up with melancholy, despite her smile. I appreciate that you're coming with a carrot, not a stick, but when it comes to the guild, there's always a catch. Her accent is now almost identical to the one used in the city. Huh. Now, which one should I go for? Maybe that should be happening next time because we're out of time, so I'll see you. Goodbye.